been a lot of confusion as to what my take on the market is, so we're just going to jump right into it and hopefully this clarifies. For Bitcoin, I've been saying that the very high time frame trend, along with range lows and holding a higher low on the weekly market structure, is kind of the thing that I'm watching for. So I'm remaining optimistic on a very high time frame outlook as long as this region holds. This hasn't changed. This has been the same analysis that I've been saying for weeks now. The people in my public Discord already know. I think they've gotten tired of the same redundant analysis over and over again. So I've even just stopped updating Bitcoin in that Discord because there's nothing really for me to say unless this region is lost, right? So the more actionable way to play into this analysis would be to zoom into a lower time frame and then assess like a local trend shift, which we already got, and I posted about that as well. And obviously, nothing happened as a result of that. So just because we didn't manage to uptrend from here, that doesn't change my outlook on a very high time frame, right? All it does is mean that now we're just chopping on this time frame as opposed to downtrending or uptrending. So we're just kind of chopping up. We don't really care too much about these hourly 200 moving averages moving forward. So in order to see some kind of like momentum, that means that we need to do something different than what we've already been able to do. So all that means is once we're able to expand higher than this region, then we can start to look for that momentum. And now that 12-hour 200 MAs analysis, along with the range lows, that seems to have worked in hindsight. And then we can look for that bigger push upwards into range highs and potentially expansion away from the range entirely. Right, I do have the freedom to kind of target something along those lines because the very high time frame trend remains bullish, right? And it's really only ever broken down 2 or 3 times in the past 2 years. So as long as it holds, I can remain optimistic in this market. But in the meantime, I am going to be focused on what if this region breaks, right? So I think that's where probably a lot of confusion has come in. If this region breaks, yeah, I'm going to be very bearish, right? We're doing something that we've only done 2 or 3 times in the past 2 years. We're expanding below a 2 month long range and we're shifting the weekly market structure. At least we're breaking the weekly market structure bearishly in the form of a lower low. The only other time that we've done that was over here, right? And we acknowledged that lower high in the weekly, and then we eventually got downtrend, and that led to 3 months of downward slanted price action. So yeah, if we lose that region, I'm going to be very bearish. So it's kind of just been me preparing people for if we lose this region, know what to look for, right? Don't kind of step in front of the trend or in front of the downtrend to catch a falling knife. So the analysis on something like Ethereum differs greatly because the chart is much different. So on Ethereum, I've posted a very candid bearish analysis, which is just resumption of the same thing that it's already happened, right? Ethereum's been downtrending for a while now. That's not a shocker. So on a very high time frame outlook for Ethereum, we're below this weekly trend per trail, 200 daily moving averages. We're also trading below this massive range. I'm not really allowed to be bullish on Ethereum unless we're reclaiming this region. The good thing is, if we zoom into the 4 hour chart, so this is still a high time frame trend per trail, but obviously it's a lot more actionable than waiting for daily candle closers or anything like that. If we're able to reclaim this trend on Ethereum, then great. Now that is a deviation back inside of this range, and that makes me think the same analysis that we applied last time would work again. We probably just go straight to 4K. Range lows go to mid range, go to range highs. We're also above high time frame trend at that point, and we are reclaiming that weekly trend per trail along the same general region. So that is the analysis for Ethereum. But in the meantime, I was saying how this looks like a bearish retest, and yeah, I mean, it was. So good thing. And then we go on to Solana. It's kind of a similar story to Ethereum, where I'm looking at a very, very high time frame trend per trail, something like 200 daily moving averages that for Solana's history have done a pretty damn good job of portraying what the trend is on a very high time frame outlook. And we've really only lost them one other time in the past 2 years. So reclaiming that trend and breaking out of this massive range is what allowed for this massive rally. We lost that trend just briefly, but we maintained that range low. So reclaiming that trend allowed for another massive rally. We've continued to find higher lows along this general region, along this trend. And now we're breaking down below that region. So that's not good. There's no way for me to flip that around and say, oh, I actually love when Solana's below, a 2 year long uptrend. So I am bearish on Solana, and I've been saying that. It looked like it was teetering on the edge of a cliff, and so far so good. It's down like negative 15% since then. And the only thing that's really going to get me to flip bullish once again is if we manage to reclaim this trend. So until that happens, then yeah, I'm going to continue to target lower prices on Solana. So I hope this clarifies my analysis on the market.